How did we do it? I'll just start. You can just tell me if you want me to skip ahead. Yeah, I was in a car with my friends Adam and Jack, and we were planning on going for a hike with Adam's dog. So actually the dog was in the car too. How far back do you want me to go? Do you want me to say why? I don't remember the name of the mountain that we were going to, but we were driving from Troy, New York to Vermont to go to this trail. You had to go through a few little Vermont towns to get there. We were driving in town and we sort of slowed down a little bit because it was adorable and there was some really cute mansions and a giant university. I mean, I remember that I used to watch you from my window. I was working on sculpture projects at my desk in the front and you look across the street. So like I could see you come out in the morning and then go home. And you just looked like real serious, kind of dressed up, interesting. I think I probably thought you looked kind of mean. But I wouldn't have stopped you if I thought you were actually mean. Yeah, that's okay. Sure, yeah. And then what I remember is we had to slam on the brakes because this woman, she had parked her car on the side of the road and then shut the door and sort of headed off into the road. And so we had to stop quickly to not hit her. And then she looked at the car. I think it was Jack that recognized her. And then we realized it was Patti Smith and she was sort of standing in front of the car. And then we just had to, we let her go. And then she just went across the street. Wow, we almost hit Patti Smith. And then we went hiking. She had beautiful gray hair. And she was just on the magazine on the Amtrak train that month. So she was sort of like a cover for a transportation magazine. So then it would have been kind of sad if we had also run her over. Like if we had made choices together, you mean? Like if we decided we were going to be dating or something. I was sort of really infatuated with you. I felt like you didn't really have any time for me, or you didn't think I was very like interesting. I remember there were other girls. I wasn't like peeking in at you. Was, but not all the time. I mean, you told me. But heartbroken's not the right word. I kind of had to like get over you, or in my head, because I was really I was super interested in you. My feelings were sort of hurt a lot because you were just busy doing other stuff. Well, we weren't going that fast, so physically, I feel like we would have bumped her, and she would have fallen down if I had never stopped you. There's a few people that I met through you that also have influenced my life in certain ways. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because in a way, I'd still be me and you'd still be you. And we just wouldn't know each other. I'm divorced. You could look at that whole period and say, was that a good choice or a bad choice? Like maybe I wouldn't have even gotten into that relationship. That could have changed my life a lot. I think it could have been good, but I'm not mad about it or sad about it or anything. Yeah, I met Adam in Troy and Jack drove his own car. So for a while in the trip, it was just me and Adam driving, and then we had to, it was actually maybe like a 30-minute drive. We got on 87 and then got onto 90 from Troy and headed out, and then we took exit 9 onto 9H, which brings you down to Hudson, and we parked by the side of the road and we met Jack because he had to drop his car off there for some reason. So I was already in the front seat, so Jack climbed into the back with the dog. And then we got back on the highway and headed towards Vermont, and I don't remember how long we were in the car together, the three of us, because yeah, we were all talking. So we were really in the middle of a kind of an active conversation when we got to this town center. Adam drives a, what do you call it? A Subaru, like a Forester or something like that. Patti Smith was also driving some kind of like a 4-wheel drive looking station wagon. Yeah, it looked like there was some kind of a big event going on because there were a lot of people kind of meandering across the road and heading towards this university. And it was one of those like big set back from the road kind of castle looking university. So she just kind of got out of her car and she was way ahead of us in the road. But anyway, by the time we got there, she was sort of going into the road, and then we had to sort of, stop so that we didn't hit her. Yeah, there was just a moment where we kind of saw her And then, yeah, Jack and Adam were really excited about it because it was a Patti Smith sighting, even though we could have just, bumped her. I had a photo of her on my phone because I had taken a photo of her face when I was on the Amtrak train, because there's a magazine with her portrait on it, and it sits inside of this little pocket that's on the back of the seat. And so it looked like her face was in this kind of a prison. And so I took a photo of it because I was being artsy. I took a photo of like her face looking through the smash. I didn't realize it was the same person. And then I was able to compare it later, and it was her for sure. But yeah, that's it. And so she just continued on her way, and we continued on our way. And then we talked about it while we were hiking. It's to be talking to me about that time, because that's something I think about, is why was I spying out the window on you and like so obsessed? Because it's probably not like a really healthy way to approach interaction. But yeah, that's kind of one of the magical things about New York City, is that you're sort of in and out of people's lives.